Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to shoot a podcast with my guest and she is Preena Das.
Hi.
And she currently studying in IM Kolkata BTech. So basically today's podcast topic is K-drama. So me and my friend or guest love watching K-drama and she is also my roommate and basically this podcast is a college assignment, so I need to do this video. Basically you are guys like confusing this what this girl are doing. First we see post some cooking videos, then vlogs, then podcasts, so don't get confused. It's not a permanent YouTube channel, it's for like a our college assignment. So let's start our discussion about K-drama. Firstly, I thank my friend to being a guest on my podcast. So, what are you think? Why K dramas are very popular in India nowadays?
Kdrama is actually very popular, and the craze is also called as the K craze. And the emotionally charged narratives and the musical soundtracks and the stunning cinematography actually captures and captivates the Indian people's hearts and minds. And the people can actually correlate with the characters and form an emotional bond with those characters. That's why it is getting very much popular nowadays in India.
Yeah, like when people are tired, they are very much into their work, and they are also want some relaxation. So that K drama are very match with our own lives, and the characters are very much relatable with our own lives.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's the K drama's view and the basically in Korea there are so many spot and so many places are there. It's a very beautiful calming place. So yeah, it's can relate with our life and culture also, because as per I know that Indian culture and Korean culture are little bit of. So now we come back to the K-drama discussion. So today's our topic is our K-drama is True
True.
Beauty, and we all watch this K-drama, and when it's released, it's very popular, and nowadays it's also very popular, and. Who those who not watch K drama or don't know K-pop, they are also like watch this True Beauty K-drama, and it's also available in Hindi version. So they are watch it Hindi version of it, and it's very popular, and it gives a very beautiful message to our youth, as per I realize it, and so what is the impact of this K-drama on our youth?
Actually, it leaves quite a great impact in our youth, and it actually suggests that self love starts from within, and you should make it your own choice for loving yourself. You might not have other people who will love you in spite of your insecurities and low self esteem, but it's a choice that you should make. Also, the youth should not bully the people who are actually looking bad looking or anything, because no one should judge others in that way. That's the impact it had
Yeah.
given.
Yeah, that's also correct. So we shouldn't judge others to of their beauty and their structure, figure, etc. And this K-drama also gives a good message that main lead in this drama is Lee Soo-ho. The character mainly teaches us that we should not judge others by their appearance, outer appearance, and we should see one's heart. And so in this drama, we see a second lead male character. His name is Han Seo-jun. What are you think about this character? And
Actually, Hansun is a character with which many people can relate because in their lives, because Hansun is actually a second lead in the drama. So basically, there are many people who are also like second leads in their drama, as you can in their life, as you can understand
yeah,
it.
yeah, also.
So it's actually a character people can relate with, and the character was actually very good. Unlike the second female lead, he was actually very compassionate and he was very understanding, and he understood that the main lead girl character, female character who was there, like whose name was Lim Jukia, he actually understood her. He never bullied her in a bad way because of how she looked or anything. Even after he got to know that she actually does a lot of makeup and she changes her appearance and she's not actually like that, he never judged her. He was always understanding. He was always a good friend, and of course, he loved her, but still, he respected her choices. So, he was not a negative
Yeah,
character.
yeah. But we also see in our first episode of this K drama that Lim Joo Kyung, who studied in her past school, that she bullied by their classmate, and her video was viral. She bullied by their classmate, and she is very desperately crying, and most of important part that is her family does not know about anything, and her mother also go angry on her. And I think her father's did a great job. Her father always support her and listen her and care about her. In the next episode, she go into her
New school.
new school and make many friends, and she also watch some makeup tutorials and try to hide her acne marks and her ugly face under the makeup. I think there's makeup, she doing makeup and hide her ugliness, so it's a good idea.
Actually, from the point of view, from the character's point of view, what she did was good. Actually, from the character's point of view, because in her previous school, she got very much bullied because of the insecurities that she possessed. So, when she changed her school, when she moved to a new school, she wanted to make new friends. She wanted to be a popular girl and have friends and have a good fame of her. So, that's why she just like practiced putting makeup, and like by practicing, and she mastered it actually, that how to put the makeup, she actually mastered it, and she hid her insecurities and went to the new school. That's right, that we shouldn't do makeup to hide our insecurities and all, but
Because nobody gives her attention in her previous school, so
yes.
she want everybody's attention. So from character's point of view it's correct, but on other side we see that in the last episode she removed her makeup, and she everybody got to know that she is very much ugly and she is not that much pretty, so that she become a school model face. So we all know that she become a school model face because of her beauty, and rather than her previous video got viral in her new school, and she also got so many hate from her new friends and classmates, and she also got bullied that time, and she also thought that my life is not worth it, and she has also tried to suicide for bullied from her classmates. And Hansun is a very good friend at their past life, and there is one more friend he suicide. So basically in this drama they are become an idol, and Lisuho basically a idol's son, and he is also very popular. I think this K drama leaves a negative impact on our youth.
Because of the suicide cases.
You may say it's because of the suicide cases, but there is also another case like she putting makeup on her face for hiding herself, her natural beauty. Because end of the day, it's us ourselves. So it's I ask you that it leaves any negative impact on our youth that she hide her ugly face and natural face under
Actually,
beauty.
if I talk about the South Korea's culture and their beauty standards,
Yeah.
then obviously The question is quite controversial because
Yeah, of course, it's
yeah,
controversial.
yeah,
Their beauty standards are
yeah,
very
their
high,
beauty
but
standards are very high, so obviously they have to be like very fair skin, glass skin, and like every
and
way they have to be perfect, and even if they are not perfect they have to like put makeup and look perfect, otherwise they will get bullied. Like that's the beauty standard, or that's the beauty culture of Korea. That's a negative side of South Korea actually.
yeah,
So in the K-drama also we saw the character was living her life, and of course she was going to school in her normal face without any makeup, just normally, but we just saw her getting bullied, and which was affecting her mental health. She tried to take her life and everything, and no one knew about this when her video got viral.
yeah. So firstly,
Huh.
basically, she accept her, but this society and her friends,
Yeah, the
um,
society and her friends didn't accept her at that time, so she thought that she might
put
please
some makeup
her.
and
Hmm.
she looks like more
Yeah,
confident and
so she,
attractive.
yes, she thought that when she changed her school, but when the new friends also got to know about her, she obviously got bullied again. But at that time she had people who could back her up. At that time her mother
They
got to know
understand her
about it, and her friends, both of her friends, Lee Shu-ho and Han Seo-jun, also actually backed her up, and her one of her girlfriends also backed her up. So like at that time she knew that she had people who would back her up and who would support her. So at the end of the show we actually see that she loved herself, she loved how the way she looked. So she started going out with her normal face once again, and she stopped caring about what other people would think, and she actually stood
Yeah, at
against
this
the
point,
people.
her school friends and her loved one try to make her understand that you are naturally good. What you
Yes.
are,
Hmm.
it's you. And she got to know that. And she understand that, yeah, what I am, it's me. And I can't hide it. So what people say and what people think about
Actually,
me would
it's
focus on my career. And she also focused on her career. She wanted
mhm.
to become a makeup
Yeah.
artist, so she studied very hard, and she practiced very well. She so much videos and give her makeup exam, and she also become a makeup
Makeup artist
artist,
for idols.
idols, yeah, makeup artist for idols. And yeah, it's ends quite positively, but in the middle we also saw that her mother scold her any reason, and her mother also does not want to see study makeup, and she is a average student in her school.
Hmm.
So what do you think, that her mothers are right or wrong for her
Actually,
career base?
at first her mom didn't want her to study makeup because they thought
She
that
also
it's
like keep
not
it
a good job.
private that I
Uh,
study makeup, so
yeah,
my
she
mother does not saw it.
yeah, she kept it private. She bought all those costly makeup products and everything, but once when her mother found it out she was very furious, and she actually threw all her makeups away, and at that time we could see her crying. She was
Yeah,
devastated, like no one understands her, no one knows her, tries to understand her.
because in this
Yeah.
generation, I
Yeah.
thought that in this generation, so we people are really do not, we don't think much that others people what they are saying about us or what they are thinking about us. So yeah, really care about what our parents care about us, what our parents
Yeah.
told about us.
Yeah,
And
so her mom was very furious because her mom didn't know what she was going through, because she kept it private. She didn't want to tell others about it. But when her mom got to know how she got bullied in her previous school, when her mom saw the video of her getting bullied in her previous school, her mom was also quite devastated that she didn't understand her daughter, she didn't know what her daughter was going through, and she also felt very guilty in herself. And
yeah,
that's when we can see that she hugged her, and then they both were crying
they
together,
comfortable
they
with each other.
comforted each other. So at that time her mother also become understanding, and her mother, that was the time when her mother understood her, because before that her mother didn't know about it.
Yeah, all human, so we made mistake and we learn from our mistakes, so it's okay. And True Beauty, basically it's a webtoon, so it's written by a Korean author. Her name is Kim Na Young, and later on a person who made this fake drama and cast it. And yeah, so we talk so much about the K drama. Last but not the least, I have also a question in my mind that you thought this Korean, we very influenced by the Korean culture, Korean drama, K-pops. Everybody knows K-pop, and do you think it's good for our youth, known K-pop, K-culture, and basically in India?
um Actually, the Hello wave was started way back, and it was actually the Hello wave started way back, but it started massively when it started to get well known among all the countries in the Western countries and also in India. It was done through the K-pop, and it's actually BTS. So
Yeah, BTS,
first,
Blackpink band
yeah,
also there.
because first Hello Wave was started way back. It was by the second generation K-pop groups, but they actually paved the way. But then it got massively outspread in all the countries.
Because
Actually,
of their
nowadays the teenagers are indulging themselves a lot into these K-pop and K-dramas and the K-culture, and especially the people who are going new into this K-drama and the K-pop culture, they are actually quite obsessed with it, and they like want to go to Korea and everything. They don't know anything about it, they just have
yeah.
seen them, and they are like obsessed with the way they look. They don't know anything about their beauty standards or anything, or the racism in their country. Actually, Korea is not bad in all aspects. It has some
Yeah,
good
everybody
qualities,
not say yeah.
some bad qualities, but the new fans are actually quite obsessive, and they are actually getting quite of toxic mentality. Not all, but most of them. But I would say that it's actually not harming the youth or harming the teenagers, like not all the teenagers. If you watch K-drama or listen to
Yeah, we need
K-pop
to
in a
entertain
limit,
our life
yeah, if
also.
you watch it or listen it in your own limit, by keeping your studies and everything all balancing your life, then
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing. Like, it's okay, because K-dramas also teaches us a lot of things. There are a lot of morals that K-dramas teaches us, and we can
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
form the emotional bond with the K-drama characters, which we can't form the bond with other Hollywood movies or anything. We can form an emotional bond with the K-drama characters. It's quite relatable, and
And they
everyone,
act so real also.
yeah, the story
They
writing,
give their hundred
yeah,
percent.
the
And
script
any actor
writing,
or actress, I don't only Korean actor or actress. Everybody gives their 100%. But I
the story
basically told that
writing way,
the
the
story
script writing
writing
way is
way
actually very
and very
different in
relatable.
case of
Yeah, and
K-dramas, and
relatable with
yeah,
our
we
lives.
find it very
And I
relatable.
also read this somewhere or see somewhere, I don't remember, that Korea's most of the authors popularity are basically are women, not
Yeah,
male. In
yes.
India we see that there are so many male authors and female authors are very less, but in Korea's their percentage of women authors are very high. Male
Hmm.
authors are very less. I
And
also very
I
amazed
also,
that their Korean women are very creative writing. They are very creative in their writing and the every story, and there are so many K dramas that touch our hearts, and we relate to it with their stories. And there are so many stories we learn about the Korean culture, what are Koreas, and all about that. Yeah, so basically, my also point of view, it's not bad, but everything has their own
huh.
limit.
Actually, that's what I also want to say, that watching K dramas or listening to K pop is actually not bad if you do it in your own limit and don't get obsessed. Over obsession is not good for health.
Yeah.
So
Mind
everything,
also.
yeah, so everything doing in a limit is okay, because you also need to have your own leisure time, own relaxation time, and what makes you happy, you should do that. Obviously,
Yeah.
if watching a K-drama makes you happy, then you should do it. And also, watching a K-drama is always not a bad thing, because
Yeah.
K-dramas don't contain much bad things or any thing that is inappropriate for us or like that. So watching K-drama is actually quite safe. I would say it actually quite safe for even like small girl or boy. Like even if they
There
are
are so many K
even
dramas
if
are
they are
for
above 11
like
years and or like 13 years, if they understand what is happening, then it's okay, because most of the K-dramas are actually quite safe for everyone to watch.
so we are now our end of the podcast, and one of my last question to you, Prina, that what should we refer, watching a K drama in Hindi dub or English dub or their own language with English subtitles?
um I prefer watching the K-drama in their own language with English subtitles, because in that way I get to understand all the emotions more properly and
Yeah.
appropriately. I've seen people watching it in Hindi dubbed or in English dubbed. I don't know if they watch or not, but I've seen Indians watching it in Hindi dubbed. And yeah, beginners can watch it in Hindi dubbed.
Yeah,
And
I also started watching it in
uh-huh.
Hindi dub.
Yeah, and if they're comfortable in watching Hindi dubbed, if they find it more relatable, then of course they can do it.
Yeah.
I actually started watching it from first only with the English subtitles. So at first it was actually not quite problematic with me, because I was actually used to watching the English subtitles, because before I used to watch anime also like that.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah, so I was actually quite used to doing that. Right, I like watching it in English subtitles. Now it can vary from person to person with their
yeah, yeah.
interest and choices.
Yeah, so I also firstly started from Hindi dubbed, but nowadays I watch it their own language with English
Yeah,
subtitles.
yeah,
So
it
I
happens.
get
Like
yeah, yeah.
from the beginner level, it starts with Hindi dubbed, and then it goes to
Conversation
different.
goes to
Yeah,
into Korean language,
yeah.
and I can understand their emotions, and I also learn little bit of Korean
Yeah, yeah.
from them.
We all
It's
can
very
also learn,
fun.
yeah, where
Yeah,
the like most basic words. The people who have
yeah,
watched at least 5 6 dramas knows like the basic words of
yeah.
hello and bye. Like
Bye.
some,
And yeah,
yeah,
so yeah, all
yeah.
know we
We
all
all
know
know
that
that
who are
things.
K who are watch K
So
dramas. What is the first
and
K drama you have watched, and who preferred the K drama to you?
okay, so the first K drama that I had watched was While You Were Sleeping, and
Yeah,
the characters, like the actors, were Bae Suzy and Lee Jong Sok. Like they're very famous, we all
yeah,
know them. And it was actually one of my school friends, when I was in like 8th or ninth grade. One of my school friends suggested me to watch it, and that's how I started watching it. I started watching it and went to 3 to 4 episodes. At that time, I started enjoying it. Like it was actually fun. It actually captivated me. Their acting skills and also the story and everything captivated me. And also they have the mind blowing soundtracks. And While You Were Sleeping, that Kdrama has like one of the best soundtracks of all time, and it's
yeah,
like my favorite, one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. Like each and every song is so good to hear. It's
yeah. It's
very
very
good.
calming
Yeah, it's very
and
good. So it was very enjoyable, and that's how I started watching K drama. And yeah, I enjoy watching K drama. Obviously, I don't get a lot of time nowadays, but whenever I get time or break or holiday, I try to
watch.
watch K drama.
That's all, guys. Our conversation about K drama is done. I hope, guys, you enjoy it or like it. And so I once again thanks my guests to appear my podcast and help me to shoot this podcast. And thank you, Prina, for coming to my podcast.
Welcome. I also
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Bye
And
bye.
bye, guys. Take care.
So bye
And
guys. See you
see you
in
in
the
the next vlog. I also prepared shoot a next vlog about my college fest. So I also upload our next vlog, and then again a podcast. So I hope guys you enjoy it. Bye bye. Bye.